Welcome to this extended edition of 2-Minute Photoshop to take a look at what I believe is the single most exciting update to Photoshop for years, and it's called Rotate Object. Here's a photograph of a man and a woman standing at a bar. We'll go to Edit and choose Free Transform. Now, so far, this feature only appears in the beta version of Photoshop, but it's sure to make it into the shipping version very soon. We'll click Rotate Object on the contextual toolbar. And now Photoshop will analyze this image and it will turn this into a true rotatable 3D object, keeping it as accurate as possible and as close to the original as it can manage. You'll notice two things. First of all, the perspective seems to have changed. Well, that's because this is now a 3D object. You'll also notice that the quality is awful. That's because we're looking at a low-res preview which we can rotate. The left handle controls the tilt around the horizontal axis. And you can see we can rotate it, we can see the top of the bar. The bottom handle, let's just make this slightly smaller, rotates around the vertical axis. And as we turn it, we can see all the way around this object. We can even see that Photoshop has added the legs of the man standing behind the bar. Remember, they weren't there at all in the original photograph. And we can even see the face of the woman who was previously in profile. Let's move this in front of the window, rotate it, and if we want to spin the whole thing, we can rotate in the same way we would with any free transform object, just move slightly outside the bounding box, and now we can rotate it into place. A bit more spin around the vertical axis, and let's turn it slightly, and a little more rotation of the whole thing. Now that's not bad. The bottom of the bar lines up with our tiles, but the top seems to be sloping down, and that's because the perspective of this object doesn't yet match the perspective of the room. Well, Adobe have built in a perspective tool, and it's this button on the right. As we drag it down, we increase the perspective, and as we drag it up, we reduce the perspective. Let's twist this round a little more, turn it slightly, and a little rotation, and a little bit more of a twist, and that now seems to fit very well in front of that window. When we're done, we simply hit the Done button. And now Photoshop will go through this 3D object, comparing it to the original photograph, and it'll do its best to match the textures, the whole appearance, to look as close as possible to that original object. And there it is. We've rotated this object so it appears to stand in front of that window. Of course, it doesn't look like it's really in front of the window, and we can fix that by pressing the Harmonize button. Now, the Harmonize tool has been built into Photoshop for some time, and it matches an object to the background scene, copying the lighting and so on. And it gives us 3 variations. Here's the first variation, here's the second, and here's the third. I think the first one works best. Let's put our Properties panel away. Now, there's a few inconsistencies. The bottom of this lamp seems to have disappeared, but it's easy to paint that in afterwards. Let's bring in another object. Here's a man holding a lot of luggage. Let's make him slightly smaller. And once again, we'll choose Rotate Object. I've speeded this up because it does take a little while. And there's our man turned into a 3D object. If we rotate around the vertical axis, we can see it has turned those frontal views of the luggage into true 3D luggage. So let's turn him so he's facing into the scene. We'll rotate him a little around the horizontal axis, and let's adjust the perspective so that he fits better into this scene. Once again, we'll click Done, and once again, I'll speed up the process. There he is. Let's click the Harmonize button, and Photoshop will create a new layer which matches the lighting and shadows in the background. And there are our three variations. Again, I like the first one, where he's very much lit from the light source, being this window. And there's our completed scene. So we've taken two photographs of people and objects at very different angles, and using this incredible new technology, we're able to turn these photographs into 3D objects that we can manipulate at will. As I said, it's not perfect. There is a small error here, but bear in mind this is still in beta. It's not yet ready for prime time, but that aside, the capability of this new tool is extraordinary. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe to this channel.